Does he have it? He's going to get it. He haven't got it.
He's on the outside line, though, going into the fastest corner on the circuit. Surely this can't work.
Dominic Ligner has got a sensational run outside line now, though, for the heavy braking zone. Around the outside goes the Audi R8.
Look how much Miller's caught back into play. Exactly. Miller's still start dropping. He's not on second and change. All of a sudden, Miller's back in play.
Can Barry do it? Big Barry's going to do it. Big Barry!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Simmobility Racing League. We are mid-season in the SK Super Series, and we are here at South Boston Speedway for round number 15 out of 20 for Season 1 of the Simmobility Championship. We had a bit of a rain delay here at the racetrack, so without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to get into qualifying here very, very shortly, but before we do, we are going to salute America's national anthem. All right, a big thank you to Billy Wise for that rendition of our national anthem, and we are now heading to qualifying here South Boston. 2 laps to get it done, 12-second laps, so it's going to go by very, very fast. And Don Koneman, he was at the top of the charts in practice, and this is where everybody has met everybody. This is where I myself had met Don Koneman. This is where I had met Simmobility. This is a amazing racetrack. We had to get this broadcasted. We are here on Mr. Technicality's YouTube, where it all started in the first place here for Simmobility, and now we are getting on track. Don Koneman in that number 97. Can he get it done tonight? Billy Wise gets the first time on the board with a 15:05. Daniel Cook now goes. A bunch of cars putting him in. Johnson's still fastest. See, Does Koneman take the top of the chart? He does there. Billy Wise currently 4th. And before we could even show you another camera angle, these guys are done with their 2 laps. Going a little bit slower than I expected. 14.6 for Koneman there. Ronald Lyons coming out on track right now in his number 86. This is his first season here with the Sim Mobility Racing League. Let's see what kind of lap times he can throw down. And he's going to go 6 quick. Coming out on the racetrack in the Monster Energy car today, Chris Roberge. We got word that I believe he said he was a godfather, a new godfather. So congratulations to Chris Roberge and his family for the welcoming of a new child. That's always fun. I'm excited for mine in June. And Roberge struggling this afternoon. Only 6 quickest so far with a 14.83. See if he has what it takes to get it done at the end of this, halfway through qualifying, and he is just turning as many laps as he can. Let's take a little ride with Roberge as he finally goes into the pits. So that is going to call it for him. 8 drivers qualified, 11 drivers in the field, and 1 driver getting on track right now. The number 90, Travis Zudema. See if we can take a ride, see what Zuds can do. And that Jammers powered machine proudly supporting that sponsor there on the tail end of his car. And what is Zudema going to do? 7th quick, 14.85. For sure he can pick it up here on the 2nd lap, getting them tires warmed up. A little bit of hesitation coming out of turn 4. And that'll jump him up 3rd quickest with a 14.66. Move Travis Zudema to the inside of row number 2, a prime starting spot for the feature event. And what a qualifying run for him. Only 2 drivers yet to qualify. Looks like Andrew Smith and Brian Lowhead yet to hit the racetrack. And so far, that is your starting order. 1 minute left to go. Still time to get a couple laps in if they're going to get a couple laps in. But right now on top of the charts is Don Koneman. Ronald Lyons in that 86 put down a quick 14.65, 400ths of a second off Koneman's pace to go and take that 2nd place. And Zudema right there with a 14.66. Taking that spot just ahead of Kiefer. I mean, these guys are all so close. 6'1", 6'5", 6'6", 6'8", and 6'9", all in the top 5. So all of these drivers within a 1/10 of a second of each other. It should be a fantastic race to watch. 100 laps here at South Boston tonight. And Don Koneman, once again, is going to take it from the pole. But Andrew Smith, starting from the back, can he work his way to the front of the field with such a tight group of drivers here at the moment? They're so close in speed. I don't know if that's going to mean cautions or all green flag racing with some amazing racing. I'm not sure, but we're about to find out. Drivers starting to get on the grid. Don Koneman going to be leading them to the stripe, with Ronald Lyons Jr. starting to his outside. There you see Travis Zudema in the number 90 machine, alongside Stephen Kiefer in the number 22. Daniel Cook going to be starting 5th with Tom Johnson, Mr. Consistency. You see him back there in 23rd. Chris Roberge starting inside row number 4 with Billy Wise in that number 32 machine starting to his outside. Thomas Wise and Andrew Smith make up row number 5, and Brian Lowhead in the number 24 is going to round out your field. And pace car's going to pull away. We are going to go green flag racing in about 2 laps. So make sure you get your favorite beverage. Make sure you get yourself a snack, because you're not going to want to get up from your seat once this green flag flies. And coming up to the stripe, very, very short racetrack here. They're going to get the 1 to go signal. And Don Koneman going to lead them to green. That number 97 swagger in car. So we'll see when he takes off. That pace car likes to pull in fairly close to the corner. Obviously, it's going to be a green flag start. And there goes the pace car. Green flag is in the air. We're racing here at South Boston. Koneman and Zudema comes right through with Koneman. And the rest of the field really starting to back up. Not finding some good camera angles here. Sorry about that, folks. They're just not working for me today. Oh, and someone gets into Tom Johnson. Tom Johnson is around. Caution flag. What happened there? Actually, give me 1 quick second, folks. We are going to fix this so that way we do not have any more issues. All right, we are back, getting ready to go back green flag racing, and I think these cameras are going to do us a little bit more justice. Those were absolutely horrible camera angles to watch for a race. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Lights are out on the pace car. We're going to try the restart. Only 5 laps completed so far. Everybody on the lead lap. But Tom Johnson all the way back to 10th position. I'm sure he's going to have a fight through the back here. You see him in the number 23 machine. Travis Zudema now on the outside of Koneman on the restart. The outside is one of my favorite places to start next to Don Koneman here at South Boston. You get such a good run, but Koneman gets a great jump on Zudema. Zudema dives down below Daniel Cook. And now Daniel Cook on the inside of Stephen Kiefer with Chris Roberts in the number 98, looking at those two battle it out. Now Roberts is going to get the inside of Kiefer. And Kiefer may lose 2 spots at the start of this race here. Koneman pulling away. Zudema and Cook, your top 3. You see Ronald Lyons, he lost a few positions, down in 6th place right now. Ooh, and Kiefer almost gets into Roberts. They keep it clean. Lowhead going after Thomas Wise at the moment. And he gets it all sorted and straight. And Koneman already out to over a half a second lead over top of Travis Zudema. 10 laps complete here, 90 to go. Zudema and Cook trying to hold off a hard charging Chris Roberts, who just got by a 22 of Kiefer. And Lyons trying to make a move down to the inside of Kiefer. This is going to be a battle for 5th position, and I don't think he's actually going to get it done right there. Kiefer doing a great job of battling on the outside, and you see Billy Wise in the number 32. He's up a spot from where he started this evening as well. Don Koneman losing a little bit of his lead to Travis Zunema, who is trying to push, and he's almost got a full second over top of Daniel Cook. So Koneman doing the best he's got to do to stay out front, but I'm sure he's saving some tires here, because this track loves to eat up tires because you could just push so hard with some fresh rubber. Ronald Lyons still trying to make that move for 5th position on Stephen Kiefer. He might be able to do it here. He gets close, but he keeps it far down to the inside. And Kiefer runs way wide there, but still holds the speed. This could be a battle that's going to heat up for a bit. Daniel Cook now getting pressure from Chris Roberts. Cook all the way down on the apron past the yellow line. That's never something you really actually want to do here. And Tom Johnson trying to make a move on Billy Wise. So battles all over the racetrack here with almost 20 laps to go. Let's take a look at what Mr. Consistency is doing here, trying to get around Billy Wise, and the cars they're battling in front of him. Actually, Billy Wise making a move on Lyons as those two were slowing down. These two were speeding up. Being very cautious on that throttle pedal, allowing those two to battle there up in front. Can't really go anywhere, so no need to push it. Oh, Billy Wise moves up into Ronald Lyons, and we got our front row seat. Tom Johnson makes contact. That is going to be caution flag number 2. Let's take a look at what happened there from Billy Wise's perspective. He moves up in the corner, goes down, comes up, and I'm not sure if that's just net code or what, but they just were fighting for the same inch, and you can't have the same inch. These two back, and it's saying a bunch of other drivers crashed. We'll see if they all stopped to let these two by, or if they actually crashed. It looks like they all just stopped, so that is going to be caution flag number 2. Billy Wise, Tom Johnson, and Ronald Lyons Jr. getting into it. Travis Zunema in that number 90 machine doing a great job of holding on to that second place and keeping Don Koneman in his sights. If he gets enough restarts tonight, he might be able to time that high side where he can really hold that throttle down coming out of turn number 2 and take that lead away from Koneman. At the end of the race, you see it there, fast lap 14.513 and a 14.581. So Koneman just a tad faster on these fresh tires. But we are 1/5 of the way through the race. See Andrew Smith there on pit road. He must have got into a little bit there. But so far I'm seeing basically everybody a lap on the lead lap other than Ronald Lyons, who is just now going a lap down, being there in the pits. Our fast mover so far of the race is that number 24 machine of Brian Lowhead, currently up 5 positions from where he started, running in the 6th position. And that is the lights off on the pace car. So we are about to go back green flag racing, and Don Koneman and Travis Zuneman are going to lead them to the start. And I just said Zuneman. Travis Zunema going to be leading him to the green flag. Can Zunema get that jump on Koneman? Don't hit the gas like that. It'll get you when you let off. And he gets a great jump. Now Zunema battling next to Daniel Cook. He can hold that high line. He didn't hold it. Oh, get that run. There it is. High side on the restart. If you can get the jump on the leader, and match their restart. You can hold that high line and get by him on the outside. Zudema just showed a great view of that with Daniel Cook. Everybody back single file at the moment. Chris Robert's trying to make a move on Daniel Cook. Coming out of turn number 4, not going to be able to make it work. He's going to have to keep going. Zudema losing 0.3 of a second on Kartman already. Can he keep him in his sights? 70 more laps to go. And Johnson's got himself back up to 6th. And we are all single file. This is the battle on track right now. Robert's trying to get into the top 3, but Daniel Cook stands in his way. Brian Lowhead seems to be popping into the picture here. He is currently running 5th position, up 6 spots from where he started, and he's moving forward on these guys. Not sure if Roberts is just getting held up or what, but now Zudema is starting to feel the pressure from Daniel Cook. Koneman's got almost a full second over top of Travis Zudema, 0.8 of a second, and now Daniel Cook is within 0.2 of a second of Zudema. That number 90 machine, he's apexing the corner a little bit early. He needs to stay outside a little more and kind of take that corner a little sharper, and he'll hold it in the bottom. He's getting a little bit of a run now. He held up Cook enough to get to Roberge. And those two are going to battle it out, which is going to allow Brian Lowhead and Tom Johnson to come down into the picture as well. Let's take a ride with Tom Johnson. We always seem to get a little bit of action from his in-car camera. And he makes a move down inside Lowhead. I believe he's going to make that stick coming out of turn 4. So move Johnson up to 5th. Now he can work his way up to Roberge, Cook, and Zudema, who are about to be going at it here very, very shortly. Roberge's trying to go outside of Cook. Cook makes contact with Roberge. Roberge has to let off. That's going to allow Zudema to get away a little bit. And a caution flag out on the speedway. It looks like Thomas Wise in the number 3 machine having some issues. Let's take a peek and see what happened there. Looks like Andrew Smith there right behind him in the 87. And Smith just dives in a little too hard, gets that 3 sideways, and caution flag is going to spin. I don't believe there's going to be too much damage there. But there's caution flag number 3. Daniel Cook finds himself in the hot seat with Chris Roberts right behind, and he's got the inside. He's going to have to see if he can get by Zudema once again on this restart. But Zudema did a fantastic job on the outside holding that 2nd position. The restart's about the only time you can do it once the momentum gets up. It's a problem. Don Koneman going down into the pits. And he's going to bring in Chris Roberge as well. And that's going to relinquish the lead to Travis Zudema. See what happened with Koneman. What is he doing? Koneman getting tires. Kind of crazy to see for that 97, but maybe he's trying something out. Maybe he wants to get tire temperatures, find out what's going on with the car, because he's not happy with it, wants to make adjustments. But either way, Koneman in the pits. Zudema, the new leader. It might take Koneman a minute to get through the field, so this might have opened up the win to Travis Zunema. We are on lap number 42. We've had 3 cautions flags so far. If we get 3 more, there might only be just a couple short runs here, and we're at the end of the race. So Koneman, bold move to take some tires. He'll have to work his way on up from, it looks like, 8th position. I'm not sure if he's getting moved back up or what's going on there. The number 3's got to go to the back because he caused the caution. So looks like Koneman going to be shown in 8th position. And we're going to get ready to go back green flag racing. Travis Zunema's got the lead. Daniel Cook to his outside. Tom Johnson, Mr. Consistency, finds himself in 3rd. With Brian Lowhead in 4th and Billy Wise in 5th. Coming to the stripe, the pace car ducks on off. Zunema gets on the loud pedal. 44 laps complete. 56 more to go. Zunema gets a great launch, and Tom Johnson gets a great run. And Billy Wise also almost had a great run on Cook, but he lets off in turn number 3. And they are side by side. Don Koneman all the way up in the back. He's got 2x2x2 out in front. Koneman working on the 22. He makes a little bit of contact. They both keep it straight. Great driving by those two. Kiefer and Koneman going at it. Travis Zunema, meanwhile, way out front, trying to put as much distance on the field as he can, knowing that Koneman's going to be coming. Tom Johnson currently 2nd, 0.8 of a second behind Travis Zunema, and another 0.6, over a half second back, is number 11 and Daniel Cook. That is going to be your top 3 as of halfway. Billy Wise currently 4th, Andrew Smith up to 5th, Brian Lowhead 6th, and Don Koneman still working his way up from 7th. He just makes a move there on Brian Lowhead for 6th. So that number 97 is coming, but he's got some distance to make up to get to your leader, Travis Zunema. Hopefully we can keep a green flag and they can race it out. But Daniel Cook and Billy Wise very, very close. And Andrew Smith trying to make his way up as well on the high side. Great battle from these two, but now that's going to bring in Don Koneman. Koneman going to make a move on Smith now. That's going to bring him up to 5th if he can clear that number 87, and he does. Lots of pressure here in the top 5. Brian Lowhead slowly squeaking back, currently now down to 7th. And Zunema's got himself almost a 1.5 gap over Tom Johnson. That puts him a little over 2 seconds over top of Don Koneman at the moment, with just over 40 more laps to go. Zunema in that 90 machine has got to be flawless. He's got to not make mistakes, and he has got to move. Otherwise, Koneman will catch him as he's about to make a move on Billy Wise. This is a battle for 4th position on the racetrack. Can Billy Wise use enough of Don Koneman's tires to save Travis Zunema? That 11 machine currently out front. Billy's pushing him very, very hard, but he squeaks up high. That's going to allow the number 97 to get down below, but he's got the run. Can he close the door on Koneman? He does not. He stays to the outside and gives the inside of the number 97. He's going to move on up to 4th. If Wise doesn't concede and he keeps it on the outside, it's like he's trying to pinch the 97 down on the bottom, knowing that the run is on the outside. Billy Wise doing a great job of trying to defend that 4th position. Those two gonna keep going at it. And that's going to bring Andrew Smith back into the equation. 40 more laps to go. The gap now over 2.5 seconds from Zuidema to Koneman. Koneman finally gets by Billy Wise. Billy Wise now trying to fight back, but he's got Andrew Smith on his tailpipe. And now Koneman working on the number 11. Can he make the move? Down into turn number 2. Koneman has the inside coming out of 3. He's going to take that spot, move Koneman up into 3rd. 3.4 seconds separates Koneman and Zuidema. Zuidema losing a little bit here. Not pushing as fast the lap times as he was there at the beginning of the race, and he really needs to step up. Losing almost, he lost a full 10th there, 2 tenths there, 3 tenths there. So Zuidema really needs to get focused, pay attention to his line and run his line. Otherwise, Koneman is really going to run him down. 2 seconds the gap between Koneman and Zuidema. Tom Johnson sitting right there, 1.2 behind the leader after 66 laps. But there you see him, Don Koneman coming for Tom Johnson in that number 97 Swagger In machine. Billy Wise and Andrew Smith back there. Andrew Smith trying to make a move on Billy Wise as well. This is a battle for 4th position. In that time there, Koneman was able to gap these guys over a second. And he is now going to be challenging Tom Johnson there for 2nd position here any moment now. 1.2 seconds separate Koneman and Zuidema. Just over 30 laps to go. Zuidema is going to have to work really, really hard if he wants to hold on to that lead, because Koneman is coming down to the inside of Tom Johnson. Johnson shuts the door in turn number 3. Zuidema now within a second of Tom Johnson and Don Koneman. With these two battling, Zuidema should be pulling away, but he is struggling up front at the moment. 14.8, as fast as 14.5. Koneman's best of 14.51. So he really needs to take a move on if he wants to hold on to this spot. Just under 30 laps to go. Zuidema, Johnson, and Koneman, your top 3. Andrew Smith, Billy Wise, and Daniel Cook battling in the back, making contact. This is a battle for 5th position. Trying to get that top 5 marker. That 11 gets into the 32 a little bit. The 32 going to try to battle back to the inside, but the crossover move just doesn't work. No Tom Johnson. Big fire from Koneman. Koneman cannot get there. Johnson covers off the inside. He says, if you're going to pass me, you're going to do it on the outside. 26 more laps to go. Travis Zuidema now 9 tenths of a second, still under a second in front of these guys. And there it is, 25 laps to go, 3/4 of the way through the race. Let us know who you think is going to win this one. Can Zuidema hold him off? Can Johnson hold off Koneman long enough for Zuidema to hold him off? Are we going to see another caution and a sprint to the end? Let us know what you think there in the chat. Thanks for joining us here for the Simability. We only have 5 more races left after this one tonight, and we can crown us a Season 1 champion. Steven Kiefer. And there's the caution flag right there. Daniel Cook, Steven Kiefer, Ronald Lyons. Let's take a look. Let's see what happened here. Looks like Billy Wise gets into Daniel Cook, spins him sideways. Kiefer misses it completely. Let's go back and see what Daniel Cook sees here. And there it is, but 32 just gets into his bumper, and the 11 goes on around. Caution flag number 4. And we're going to go back racing with under 20 laps to go. And Travis Zudema did what? Travis Zudema went to the pits. He must have went to go get him some tires because Zudema is in the pits and currently 8th with under 20 laps to go. I have no clue what that is from, but maybe Zudema thinks he can get it done. It's currently being shown 8th where Koneman was, and it took Koneman a minute to get up there. So now up front, Tom Johnson, Don Koneman, and Billy. Since I'm on my YouTube, the wise ass wise in that 32, rounding out your top 3 at the moment. What a great drive for that 32 machine. And look at Brian Lowhead there, currently running in 4th in that number 24. He's got the most positions gained at the moment, 7 spots up from where he started. And we're about to get it going here, folks. 28 laps to go when we hit the stripe. We're going to go green flag races. Sorry, 18 laps to go when we hit the stripe. Tom Johnson going to lead him off. Don Koneman going to try to see if he can take the outside like I taught him so well here at South Boston. Johnson gets on the gas real hard. Green flag in the air. We're back racing. Billy Wise can't get to the inside of Don Koneman, so he's going to have to settle for the inside. Travis Zudema on the inside, making a move on Ronald Lyons. That's going to be it for 7th, but he's got a ways to go and only 17 laps to do it. And the caution flag comes out one more time. Chris Roberts, Thomas Wise, and Daniel Cook getting into it. Let's see what happened there with Chris Roberts and everybody slamming on the brakes. Looks like a big pile up there with Chris Roberts and everybody. What happened here? Let's see. Let's see what happened from our cameras. Chris Roberts was the first one to show crashed. And Thomas Wise spins the number 11 and gets him into the 98. There you have it, folks. And that is going to end up stopping the whole field there with those 2 backwards. And they're going to stop the entire field. But there it is. It is going to make it a shootout here. More drivers hitting the pit lane. Tom Johnson currently out front. Billy Wise got by Koneman there before the caution in a corner. And that's going to move him up to 2nd. Don Koneman in 3rd. Brian Lowhead 4th. Stephen Kiefer rounding out the top 5 in that number 22. While we're here under caution, let's take a look real quick at the final 5 races of our season. We're here at South Boston. We go to Southern National next week, an amazing racetrack, Stafford Motor Speedway. In 3 weeks, we hit the Bull Ring for the All-Star Challenge race number 4, where someone will take home $100. And then we round out the season with the last 2 weeks at Thompson and USA Lakeland, track that no longer exists and is preserved only here in iRacing, which is pretty awesome, if you ask me, just like they did to North Wilkesboro. And now North Wilkesboro is back on the circuit, and they're back racing on it, and it is fantastic to see. What we're about to see now is about to be even better. The pace car, I believe, is about to shut his lights off, and if he does, that is going to be an 11-lap shootout to the end here. And the lights do go off. Johnson's going to lead him to the stripe with Billy Wise on the outside. Billy Wise has done a fantastic job of running the outside line today. Can he hold on to that outside and get by the 23 who likes to stay low coming out of the corner? Can he make the move for the lead? We know Johnson's held off Koneman enough. Can Billy Wise take home the win from the outside? The pace car is going to pull on off. Johnson gets on it. Billy Wise doesn't get the greatest start. over top of Koneman. He might be able to take that spot coming out of turn number 4. Koneman pushes on the inside. No, Koneman's going to hold the inside really well, and I believe he's going to clear Billy Wise right there. 10 more laps to go for Tom Johnson. Travis Zudema, after having the lead for so long and getting tires, now in a battle for 6th position with Steven Kiefer. I think he's going to need to get a couple of these cars and get another caution. Kiefer gets into Zudema. That's going to be a rough go of things for Zudema. Gets Zudema a little messed up. He gets by Kiefer. Steven Kiefer trying to battle back on the outside. 8 more laps to go. Tom Johnson out in the lead. Don Koneman currently second. Billy Wise still holding on to third. Pretty respectable drive for that number 32 machine, but he's got Andrew Smith right behind him. And he's really going to have to watch it. Brian Lowhead getting past Travis Zudema, now up to 5th position. 6 laps to go. Don Koneman all over the tailpipes of Tom Johnson. And Steven Kiefer now getting passed by Brian Lowhead, almost getting into the wall there. And Zudema doing well there, up in 5th. And Tom Johnson doing a fantastic job trying to hold off Don Koneman. Coming out of turn number 4, 4 more very short laps to go. 15-second laps, 4 laps. Folks, that's only 1 more minute left to racing. Let me know who you think's going to take it. Can Koneman get by the 23? We know he doesn't use the bumper. Can Tom Johnson take this win here at South Boston, or will those two get together and Billy Wise take it home? But Billy Wise has got Andrew Smith all over his bumper as they come out of turn number 2. Popsicle sticks are in the air. 2 more laps to go for your leader, Tom Johnson. We know Koneman wants this win really bad. Let's take one last ride around with Don Koneman in the back. White flag in the air. 1 more lap to go. Koneman enters high to get the crossover coming out of turn 2. He doesn't get the run. And I don't think Koneman's going to get it done. Coming out of turn number 4. Checkered flag in the air. Tom Johnson takes home round number 15. Don Koneman coming home second. Billy Wise takes home third with Andrew Smith a very close 4th. Travis Zudema in that number 90 machine, that Jammers Bar and Grill. What a drive for that number 90. Led quite a bit of the race. But he's going to come home and take that last spot in the top 5. What a drive. Woo! What a race that these guys put on today. Tom Johnson, very glad that he got that win, I'm sure. And we will speak to him very shortly. Don Koneman and Billy Wise, both on the podium. We will hear from them very, very shortly. Andrew Smith and Travis Zudema round out your top 5. Chris Roberge takes home 6th. Steven Kiefer 7th. Brian Lowhead with such a hard charge at the beginning finishes in 8th. Only 3 positions up for his at. Ronald Lyons had a tough break today, and he comes home 9th with Thomas Wise and Daniel Cook rounding out the field. Daniel Cook, once again, 19 laps down. Once he has an issue, doesn't seem to get back on track, so that's a bummer. Hopefully we see that. We see a few more finishes from the number 11 machine. And our big mover of the race, no surprise, is Andrew Smith in that number 87 machine, up 6 positions from where he started there at the back of the field. So give him that 1 point. But now we get to go and we get to talk to a few drivers who are very, very happy to be on the podium, and one, I'm sure, very happy driver who had won the race. But first off, let's pull up a number 32 machine. Billy Wise comes home third. I feel like you could have had that win if you were able to take that restart from Zudema when you had that outside. Take us through your race, Billy. Now you had a hard charge at Andrew Smith in the 87 there. Did you see much of that in the mirror, and did you have a little bit of a worry there with the last few laps with it breathing down your throat? Now, being as fast as everybody was comparably together, I was honestly expecting to see a lot more cautions. The skill level here in simability has grown exponentially since we met each other here at South Boston racing the 2008 Silverados. Tell me, as the guy who makes most of this possible, I mean, you have been running the Simability Racing League for who knows how long now. How does it make you feel knowing that you've had so many people that have been here for so long, and to see them all kind of grow together as a group? South Boston is definitely a fairly short circuit. You don't have a whole lot of banking, so you really have to watch out who's around you, because it's really easy to slide up. Billy, congratulations on a third place. You got anybody you want to thank before we let you go? Of course. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Your third place finisher, Billy Wise, another podium and another great points finish for him. Coming up next, he was our pole sitter this evening, put on a spectacular show, and we got to ask you, Don, what in the world was that 40-lap pit stop for tires about? Were you having some troubles with your car this afternoon? Yeah, you guys had a fantastic battle there at the end of the race, and you really put on a show working your way through the field as fast and as clean as you did. I got to ask, how was it? Everybody was so close. Everybody, I mean, the top six were all within a tenth of a second. How was it trying to race through the field? It seemed like it took you actually a little bit longer than what it used to. Yeah, Travis Zunema, hats off to him. He did not let you get away today. I think the max I ever saw was maybe 1.2 seconds on the gap, and he was on it. He had a couple seconds behind him to the third place driver, but kept running. I was thinking so too. I was very surprised when I seen that number 90 machine hit the pit road, but I figured maybe he had wasted his tires and felt he needed some new rubber. Sometimes that happens on this track if you tend to overdrive your car, trying to stay out front or trying to get out front. Well, it was a fantastic drive for you tonight. Didn't quite get the victory, but still got some good points for that number 97 machine. Who you got to thank for getting you here tonight? Yeah, fantastic racing you guys put on. Congratulations on a second place, and good luck next week at one of your most favorite tracks, Southern National. Good luck there. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Don Coneman, the number 97 Swagger in Mobile, takes home second place, but the man of the hour, he was a rocket ship. He knew what he had and said, I ain't pitting. Tom Johnson, congratulations a fantastic drive tonight. Mr. Consistency holds on to the tires and takes home the win. Take us through your race there, Tom. So I gotta ask, with this whole thing going on here, do you think that not having as much snow outside of your place helped with maybe the weight on your car to help you go a little faster tonight? Yeah, we know that you're probably the highest most member of our Simability Racing League, getting packed in with feet of snow. So we're glad you survived the winter. We're glad that you're still here racing, and you're still putting top fives on the board. Out of 15 races this season, there's one race you finished in 6th and missed out on the top 5. So fantastic drive for you this year. You're making moves to come back on Koneman for that points championship. Still 5 more races left to go. There's not a massive gap. Do you feel that you have what it takes to be able to make it come down to the last race again? Well, trying hard and being consistent is what you're good at. So I think you might have a shot here towards the end of the season. But congratulations on your win here at South Boston. Probably one of the most legendary races Simability Racing League has. Do you got anybody you want to thank for this victory tonight? For sure. Our thoughts are always with Johnny. He's been having some issues here quite a bit lately. So our thoughts and prayers always go with Johnny Berardi. I hope he's here watching us here tonight. Congratulations, Tom, on a fantastic victory, and good luck next week when we go to Southern National. And that is going to do it for us tonight, folks. Tom Johnson does a fantastic job of holding off Don Koneman at the end for the race win. And let's take a look at your race results one more time. Tom Johnson, Koneman, and Billy Wise, your top 3. Andrew Smith and Travis Zunema put on a fantastic show tonight between the two of them. They came us 4th and 5th. Chris Roberge and Stephen Kiefer. Roberge had a really rough race tonight. We usually see that 98 up towards the front. So tough break for him tonight here at South Boston. We'll see if he can pick it back up next week at Southern National. Brian Lowhead was running really well for a while there and just kind of ended up slipping back to 8th as the run went on. Ronald Lyons, Thomas Wise, and Daniel Cook going to round out our 11-car field tonight. For everybody here at the Simability Racing League, everybody at JP Broadcasting as well, make sure you go subscribe over there. Every single week we are over there. We had a little bit of a hiccup tonight, so we are on this channel, but make sure you go and subscribe to JP Broadcasting, so that way you know when we get go back live again. Hit that notification bell, and next week when we go live, it'll let you know. So everybody, thanks for coming by. Thanks for bearing with us. We will see you guys all next week at Southern National Motor Speedway.